Good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a great day today. All day I thought it was Monday. It's like I erased yesterday right from my mind. It's Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday, right? Yeah. It is Tuesday. Oh man. I figured I'd live stream for about an hour, then probably end stream, go out and fire up the grill and throw some pork chops on. Maybe some hot dogs too, just to have some leftovers for tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna keep working on spells. I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes here. For the next alpha, I'm working on redoing all of the configuration files here. A lot of things have changed. Some of the configs are old and they just don't apply anymore. Things like having magic tiers 2 and 3 and, you know, anything like that. So I'm cleaning that up, and then I gotta, you know, send the packet again, of course. So all of this, I'm just gonna move over there, because I'll do that off stream. That's boring stuff. What we are gonna work on is spells. I'm gonna pull up Gift of the Mage. So I have these kind of finalized now. So I'll cast them here. So this is the regular Gift of the Mage. There we go. So you'll see I actually made a different type of crystal now, which is pretty awesome. And it has a bluish glow if it's just in the dark. It will make it daytime. But each time you come into contact with this, it ticks per second, and it will replenish 10 mana points, which is awesome. Gift of the Mage 2. Here we go. I'll put it right here. There we go, and that's Gift of the Mage 2. Bigger crystal, it's a greater mana crystal, but that's kind of how it looks. I did some animation, you'll see like the whole thing kind of, like everything bounces up and it kind of all falls towards the bottom, and then it all lifts up, and then you see the animation. But it was a labor of love. I think it went well. I think it went well. When you have full mana, you could be close to it, and it just doesn't do anything. And this is something where, like, if you are here, let me do this one here. The range is actually pretty far, and if you spawn it, it's gonna, you know, just kind of fall to the ground wherever, you know, wherever it is. So if you're somewhere, right, you could do it like right against the wall. The range is extreme right now. I may end up bringing it down. I think it's like 10 and then 16. See, boop. But yeah. So that's Gift of the Mage. That one's done. Let's pull up WIP. Byssium's in there. Let's go to spells. Here we go. We have Healing Surge, Sacrifice, Tide Runner, Whispering Void. That one's got to be done really soon. Wraithwalk. Oh, Wraithwalk. That's going to be the one. That'll be the one we work on first. Rune of Explosion 1 and 2, and then Summoner Soul 1 and 2. I think Summoner Soul is going to be kind of boring. It's going to be meh. Same thing with Rune of Explosion. They're going to be a similar spell to like everything else. Wraithwalk is going to be cool. This also reminds me I probably should get Fly as well. So let's get spells. Let me grab Fly. And then we'll get Wraithwalk. There, we'll get rid of that. Alright, so for the Fly spell, I recently just created a config for speed. So let me find fly. This is not what I want. I don't want the spell for fly. I want the effect. Magic knowledge. Here we go. Special status effect. Let's find fly. Is it in here? No, it's not. It is the buff system, duh. Fly. So when we apply the fly logic, so in here instead of 0.25, let's do rustboundmagic.config spell.fly 1 underscore and I didn't make a config option for it. Alright. I guess I meant to do it, so we'll do it right now. Here we go. Config. Oh, wait, that's not the right config, though, right? I want the spell config. Which is right here. Minimize all of this stuff. Let's find fly. What is that? Incantation? Is that incantation? I'm just gonna do a search. FLY1 underscore. There it is. There it is. Alright, so instead of stats, I'm gonna say, speed. Although, you know, I could just embed this in the stats. I could just make this something that's embedded in stats. It doesn't have to be its own thing. Let's find fly over here. Fly 1. Yeah, see, I do have speed. I could just piggyback off of stats. And then that would mean if you go to incantation, right? If you're in incantation, then that speed could be boosted. Your fly speed could be boosted if I have it hanging off of stats. I'll do that. I talked myself right into it. There we go. So that also means Wraith Walk. For the stats, oh, I kind of already put it in there. Hey, Odur, how's it going? How you doing? Man, did you see the news with the hero's journey, like the lawsuit coming out? Man, Daybreak is going in like teeth bare and guns blazing. That means I don't need that. Yeah, this is what I want. I could minimize that. Let's bring this over here. Save. We're just gonna stop. Doing okay. Had a haircut, then went to lunch. I'm gonna see what info I can find. Yeah, like they're, you know, like Daybreak is like, you know, they're stating how like it was like revenue damaging and I'm like, no, it's not the fact that your games have become complete shit and a lack of talent on the team, and you guys are still milking that ancient cow, you know? Can't possibly be any of that plus stale content or anything else. No, it's this private server, and they're claiming that their previous expansion, whatever the hell it is, it didn't sell well because the hero's journey was around. Today was the hearing. It was something before the hearing. Saw it a couple of days ago, where it was like a pre-hearing thing, and they were Daybreak, that Chen person, was talking about like all the stuff that they did, and I mean the one thing that was in there was the fact that they were using the Chronos or whatever, and then like having it to where like it was pretty much $1 per Chronos. That's not a donation. I think they're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, And then like they're like, well, the other servers, right? The other private servers, yeah, they basically like hamstrung them, you know, no custom content, needs to be exactly how it was. No donations. Yeah, Chrono. Yeah, it's not Chrono, you're right, it's something else. I know it is Chrono. Yeah, it's whatever their thing. As soon as you start monetize, that's called monetization. That is not called a donation at that point. It's like, I don't know, you guys may have screwed yourselves just a little bit. Alright, so fly stats. So I'm going to get ahead of some stuff here. I'm going to copy and paste this. We're going to lay the foundation for Wraithwalk. Right here. Copy paste, right? So that's going to be Wraithwalk, and then we are going to come up to here, and then I'm going to create a profile for Wraithwalk. I've been wanting to work on this. Dream come true! Wraith. There we go. If I could spell Wraithwalk. Paste, 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 and paste, and paste. Perfect. So apply logic. Oh, I messed this up. So it shouldn't be apply logic. It should be apply logic Wraithwalk remove. There we go. That's what it should be. Now if we go up to the top, yeah, the methods are fine, but I still need to make this variable, so I'm gonna copy this, paste it in, make it Wraithwalk, and I'm going to do a quick check here. There we go. Yep, I gotta set it to false. And I believe, yeah, I gotta set it false in there as well. I knew there were two places that I had to do it, and then of course it would go down to here. So ideally, when I put this buff on myself, it's going to be a replica of Fly. There we go. We'll hop back in the game. That should be everything that I need to do. Oh, wait. I did build it, right? I did. Yep. Okay. It's even through a donation platform, but you don't understand, though. That is not a donation. That is a transaction with coffee being in the middle of it. That's the thing, right? We could do legalese all day, but when I saw that, and I was like, that ain't a donation, you know what you can't get away with that shit unless you're in politics, right? Like if you're running for an office, you know what I mean? Like, sure, you can. Those lines kind of merge together. But yeah, I don't know, Oder. I don't know. It's not looking good for him though. Like seeing that alone, it's like, ooh. I mean, I would like the hero's journey to win, just because, like, the thing is, I loved EverQuest. Like, I love the IP. It's got a lot of storied, like, the world is very storied. I like it. It's just something that, since 1999, right, a little before then, it's been, they haven't pushed the boundaries at all. They're still coming up with like private servers for shit that was going on in like 2000. At some point, someone's got to buy the IP and actually do it justice. You would think, anyways. The only thing we could hope for is that DBG decides to make them official and take part of the revenue. It would be incredibly smart for them to do that. Like, incredibly smart. Like, they need money. They need money. They lost a lot of good talent. You know, like, they need some kind of win. And, you know, by going after, like, you know, someone else that's, like, done their job better, it's embarrassing. Yes, I understand that, but goddamn, you know what I mean? Goddamn. Fly. Hey, let's pull out Wraithwalk. I guess I didn't check that out. I just see 3 stars. That's all. I don't really have any moderators, so yeah, it's just the auto moderator just prevents links. The hardest working moderator I have. Okay. So if I put on Fly, oh god, I forgot. The cast time of this spell is ridiculous. I gotta trim that down, actually. Now that I have it. Well, technically, I should be wearing tier 3 armor, so it wouldn't be this bad. It's only like a 15-second cast with tier 3. For a buff, that's not bad. I just want to put Fly on myself. That's all I wanted to. That's it. There we go. Well. So what happened? let's take a quick little look here. What happened? What happened? Alright, let's apply Fly. Should be pulling the config for stats. Oh, that crap, that's gonna be 0. Lame. Hold on. Alright, let's open this up. Vintage story, let's go to roaming. Here we go. Mod config, Rustbound Magic, spell config. Here we go. Here we go. However, will I find the Fly spell? Oh, there it is. There we go. Files, save. There we go. I'm just gonna shut down and then rebuild. Sent it to you on Discord. It's a community doing a VS server. They're opening it up to people for a Civ style server. Ah, interesting. Is it like a modded server, or is it just like vanilla? The Art of War. They said light mod. All right. Wonder how many people are actually going to be able to play on that server at the same time. That feels a little too fast, right? Like, let's do game mode 1 here. I mean, how does that feel for a Fly spell speed? A lot better, right? And then you could land. But if you jump in the air, it considers you flying till you land. I think that's pretty good. Boop. Okay, so that's that one. Remove buff. There we go. So awesome. I love that. I love that system. Now, Wraithwalk. Wraithwalk is going to be a version of Fly, but it's going to be a slow fly. And it's going to, here, let's do Wraithwalk. Do I not have this? Crap. I may not have this in yet. Yeah, I don't think I have Wraith Walk. Alright, hold on. Let's make a Wraith Walk. So paste this in. Let's do fly 1. Wherever you see fly 1, make it Wraith Walk 1. And wherever you see regular fly, make it Wraith Walk. There we go. Created all the configs for it. How's he doing that? That also means that I'm gonna have to save and leave the world. I think what I'll do is I'll just delete this config and regenerate it. Alright, we're gonna rebuild again. And I believe I want to do, before I do anything else, I want to re-enable these two things. I want to, you know what? I don't want to broadcast player data. I don't want to do that. Although, hold on. Because it's saying this isn't even correct. Would it be... I thought you could broadcast play... Oh, you know what? It's going to be, I think, iServer player. There we go. Let's fireball this in. Here, let me pull up Discord. Can you simulate society and vintage story? I'll have to look at that video after the stream. Is that something you're gonna play on, Oder? Oh my god, Wraith Walk is so long. These cast times suck. And I'm freezing, the screen's shaking. Oh my god. I'm freezing to death here. Yo, even more spell work? You know it. You're applying right now? Nice. There we go. Wraith Walk. Ooh. Oh, I love it. Oh, wait. How are you gonna land? Oh no, how are you going to land? Because you technically can't be on ground anymore. God damn, I'm freezing to death. And I'm going so slow. Oh. I gotta go over here where it's warm. I gotta go to my admin block. I'm freezing. Oh. There we go. Oh shit, so how am I gonna do this? Maybe if you hit sneak as you land, right? If you're on the ground and well, the problem here is that you are not ever going to be on the ground because of the collision, right? So for Wraith Walk, you would have to literally like come up here and be like, yep, turn it off, right? Ah, that just feels bad. That just feels bad. Ugh. Let's take a quick look here, right? So I can't do on the ground. Maybe Wraith Walk can only occur if you're holding sneak? Maybe? Alright, because, okay, this is what I could do. Let's get rid of that, right? I could say, this dot... Damn it. Entity... Am I defining player at all here? I am, maybe. Okay, I do have player in here, so I could do player.controls.sneak, right? So if you're sneaking, then I can toggle Wraith Walk on, and then if you don't sneak, I can toggle it off. Now, what I also need to do is, I used Wraith Walk, and it broke right away. It should not have done that. And I think the reason why it did that... Now, let's find the spell scrolls first. Where are my items? Those are blocks. Item types. Here we go. Spells. Spell scroll. Nope. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm like, maybe it doesn't have durability. It looks like it does. Game mode. Oh, wait. It broke because I think I was in game mode 1, wasn't I? Yeah, game mode 2. Right, because this should have 1 use. But, oh my god, 32 seconds? No. No, we are changing that. You know what? No, I'm not. Because I should have all tier 3 armor on. It reduces it to 16, plus the spell haste you get from equipment, like the other equipment. This could be like a 10-second cast time. Maybe 8 if you specialize in all haste. ChatGPT is scary good at taking my previous transactions and answering these interactions and answering these application questions, mirroring my own thoughts. There's only a few things as little bits. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so this did not work. Oh, wait, there we go. So while I hold sneak, I can land. I want this to be reversed. So if you are not sneaking, that would be the ticket, right? Now I can walk and everything's fine, right? Here we go. But let's say I want to phase through this. Like, oh no, now I can sneak. Oh man, it sucks being... There we go. Oh, but sneak is also, crap. Oh, I'm just falling through the world! So it can't be sneak. It can't be sneak, everyone. What about sprint? I'm gonna have it be sprint. Cause sneak, while you're flying, sneak is go down, right? Okay, sprint, there we go, that's better. So I can fly through solid objects, and when I want to stop flying, I just let go of sprint. And I could sit and meditate with this spell on now. Alright. This one's pretty cool. I actually like this. Yeah, this is pretty darn cool, right? Let's go right up through the floor. Boop. There we go. Oh yeah, I can't sprint, that's right. Oh no, I keep trying to sprint. That's pretty cool. I like that. Everyone is so scared of AI, but I welcome it on our new AI overlords. They can't do much worse than our current ones. Our current ones are kind of a joke, huh? Kind of a joke. Oh, I could fall. If you hold sprint by accident, you'll like fall down a block. Jesus Christ, man. That's pretty cool though. I like that. Now I wonder if I should make it another key, right? No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it sprint. with Wraith Walk on, right? You could always, if you don't want it on, you could always come up and remove the buff. There you go. Now you can sprint around. Oh, I gotta do the localization for this spell, too. Ooh. Alright. Let's do this. This is going to be... like, start... effect? Is that it? Crap. What was it called? Start spell effect. That's what I want. Start spell effect. And we are gonna kind of come down to fly wherever it is. Oh my god. I'll just type it all out. There we go. And I'll just paste this in. We'll do Wraith Walk. Your body phases out of existence. Your body shifts back to reality. There we go. Little flavor text. Man, Wraith Walk was kind of easy to do. Okay. Okay. Fix the fly spell. Wraith Walk, the meat and potatoes of that's done. I guess in here let's find Wraith Walk. Let's get rid of the work in progress tag on it. Get rid of that one. That one's gone. Let's see. While holding sprint, the caster can fly and move through solid objects. There we go. And what else here? And then it's just that. Bam. Alright. I'm just gonna do a quick reload. And then, what other spell do I want to do? Whispering Void would be a good one. Although, I'm not sure what the negative effect of Whispering Void should be. I'm not sure. Alright, let's look at Wraith Walk again. There we go, we got a description. While holding sprint! Thought it said catwalk at first. Alright, let's look up the other work in progress spells. Healing Surge, I still don't know what that's gonna be. I feel like there's plenty of healing in the game as it is. Like this one, you know, it's fine. Sacrifice is going to be a heal, but it's going to be a heal at the expense of something. Tide Runner, it's going to allow you to move faster in water. Right? Allow you to move faster in water. Whispering Void, I think, is like a big one to get done. This one is going to be a buff that other people can have, but I'm not sure how I want to do this. Because it's going to be like, it's going to be passive mana regeneration, but there needs to be a negative with it. Needs to be a negative with it, but not so much of a negative where, like, you feel like you have to remove it after a certain time or you die. You know what I mean? And first thing I thought was, well, I could maybe stop temporal stability recovery while this is on. But other mods like X skills kind of craps in the bed there. You know, so I would have to like get a hook in to detect X skills and then your proficiency there, and undo what they do for a calculation, or look for the X skills mod, and then look to see what your calculation is at whatever stage you're at, and then mimic that for the loss. Like, it just, you know, there's just no good way to have a negative. Immortal Ryu, what's going on? We are discussing spells and working on spells. Just finished, actually, not the visuals for Wraithwalk, but I just finished the, you know, what it actually does. And now we're just looking at the other work in progress spells. I need to get Summoner's Soul and Rune of Explosion done as well. Definitely need to get these two done. And when these two are done, Conjuration will be done. I think Tide Runner's going to be the hardest one to do. Maybe a huge movement speed debuff while it's on, sacrificing speed maneuverability for mad mana regen. It's actually not a bad idea. Like a pretty beefy route. Or just, yeah, just run speed negation. I guess the other question would be, would it be like half of whatever your base percent is? Or would I statically change it to like 50%? Yeah, I don't know. That's not bad though. That's good. Movement speed could be major, you know, like, yeah, that's not bad. Adds, not familiar with the work in progress spells. Is Wraithwalk going through walls? Yeah, it is. Here, I'll show you. There's a couple other things too. Like, I have like Gift of the Mage. There, we'll get rid of that wand. I just did Wraithwalk. Alright, so Gift of the Mage is pretty neat. Basically, it's going to be how incantation can, you could create a mana crystal, and any mages that get close to this, if they have mana missing, will get mana recovered. So it's a way for an incantation mage to convert their mana for other people. They could also come in and reabsorb some of the mana from their spell as well, take a couple of the ticks. This is the smaller crystal, and this is going to be the larger, and you can put this anywhere, doesn't really matter. I'll do them side by side for comparison. Right, and that's going to be the greater mana crystal, which is pretty good. Wraithwalk. Here, let me go to game mode. Do game mode 1. Oh, freezing my biscuits off. Hold on. It's so cold! So Wraithwalk is going to be pretty cool. It's basically a toggleable fly that allows you to go through solid objects. But it's at the expense of your sprint. Are you winning, son? Hey, Targoly. I am winning enough. I'm winning enough. I'm about to be winning in about half an hour. Because I'm going to end stream, go out, and fire up the grill. So right now, I have Wraithwalk on. And if I want to, I could hold sprint, and I can fly around, and I can go through solid objects. Any solid objects. If I let go of sprint, I'll drop. But yeah, so you could go through blocks, but you may get lost, right? So I could come in here, right, and then I could just stop sprinting, and I could sit and like meditate if I want or whatever, or I could continue to go down, right, and try and find things. You could still, I think you could still get attacked like this. Although it would be cool if it also means that you're invulnerable. No, you cannot see through blocks. No, you cannot. So, and you could stop like in blocks. Like I'm in blocks right now. In this game, there's no crushing damage. It'd be cool if eventually you could get some crushing damage. But yeah. Here, let's find our way up. Let's just keep going up. Boop. So yeah, that's Wraithwalk. Probably. You probably could do that. Here, let me, can I break this by hand? Yeah, I can. Alright. Because it's just about item use. It doesn't matter if it's a pick or not. So let's go back in here. Let's say I want to break this block. There, you won't be able to see because of the texture. Yeah, so I could do that. But you run out of magic or something, you could trap yourself. Guys, I'm underground somewhere. Here's my coordinates. And something like this, ideally you could phase through the mantle of the earth too and plunge to your doom. So you, I think you really have to be careful with this spell. But still, like, that's pretty freaking cool. I've wanted to make this spell for a while, just phase through everything. Come up underneath someone's chest. Oh, wait. I don't think I can open it. Oh, I can, if you let go of sprint. I'm one block beneath. Better lock your chests. That's fun. Kind of feel like it should cost more sprint. What do you mean more sprint? More movement? This is already like 25% movement speed right now. Can you make a dungeon gen mod to pair with the magic mod? Yeah. No, I can't. Although I am after I'm done with this, I'm doing the mod rewrite right now. You know, which is why you see new things showing up here. But after the rewrite, I'm going to then lean into getting the wyvern, the elemental wyverns in, and actually doing the boss monsters. And then around the same time too, I also want to try and get a summoning system in, where you could get a summoning staff, and then you can maybe make like an effigy and through a ritual and be able to summon a minion into existence that could fight for you. It's gonna be expensive as fuck, but I think it's gonna be awesome. But yeah. I meant more hunger bar. Oh, you're talking about so it should cost hunger. I mean, I could make it tick hunger. Yeah, maybe. Have it to where, you lose hunger. I think I have something called like fatigue. Like maybe I could have it to where like while you're wraith walking, you get like maybe a couple debuffs. Because I have the whole debuff system, and I think I have something that does that. Oh, I could give you Soul Rot as a debuff. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to where maybe I could do, maybe what, like Loosen Agony? Or Umbral Agony? Maybe Mana Burn? Like, as you're Wraith Walking, it can take mana away, but you could put Wraith Walk on someone who's a non-mage, right? So, probably shouldn't be Mana Burn. Yeah, summons that can actually help you would be cool rather than just a pet. Well, yeah, the pets were my initial, you know, foundational, like, API thing. They could just have a couple more dots connected and they would be combat pets. And that was the whole point of that. Your body phases out of existence. Your body... Oh, your body... shifts. Nope, I messed that up. Your body shifts back to reality. There we go. You gotta fix that flavor text. For all my my fellow nerds out there. Warlock summoning much? I would like that. I actually I started to lay the foundation in the next the revision of rituals that I'm doing. To be able to have other people help. I thought this was always cool. WoW got rid of it, right? But there was something where you could, like, start performing a ritual, and it took, like, other people to do, too, and you would summon the Doom Guard. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but, like, it would sacrifice a player. which I thought was... like, stuff like that is kind of cool, to be able to summon, like, this big pet with, like... You don't know who's gonna die. Ritual of Doom! Yeah! Yeah, Mana Burn would work well, or maybe like Warlock Fire Steps run thingy where it drains HP. Yeah, I have Flickering Flame that kind of does that. See, the problem is, by draining HP, it comes off as hits, and when you get hit, it gives you a velocity change. So you would try and go through a wall, and you would just like start bouncing around, right? Because you're getting hit by certain intervals. So I can't have it be an HP loss. Maybe Mana Burn though. It could apply Mana Burn. I could try that out now. See how that would work. Or better yet, let me look at all my debuffs, because I know I have a suitable debuff in here. Cannot be stasis. It would remove your buff. Come on, where is it? Buff system? No. Right? Do I have it in here? Or did I make something else? Alright, that's reset all debuffs. That's on entity. It's on death. Okay, it is in here. Alright. So I crammed it all together. Yeah, that's right, because I have those. Here we go, debuff ticker. Okay, so Rust Sickness, I think Rust Sickness is overplayed. Silence isn't bad. So while you are phasing through, you are unable to cast spells. I think Silence a pretty good contender. I'm gonna make a little list over here. So we'll put in Silence, Blind. That would be mean. You just complete blindness. You have no idea where you're going. Confusion. That would be so mean. Forward is now backwards. Left is now right. Oh God. People would hate that so freaking much. Those are too much. Those are too much. Ritual of Doom is still in the game. It is. I gotta play my Warlock. I gotta get back into WoW. 4 players summon, 1 guy dies, possibly the Warlock. Then the summon Doom Guard is hostile. Yeah, and you have to enslave it. Yeah, I remember that. Back when that you know, enslave demon spell actually meant something. No one ever clicks it nowadays. Not to mention the 1 gold reagent for the ritual. Hello, fun in newbie towns. You're just like the peddler, right? Like, I got a magic spell I need for you to help me with, adventurer. Just touch thy portal. Disarm, I can't use disarm. I can't use drift. I can't use fatigue. It prevents jumping. It's not a good fit, and it slows you down as well. Flicker fire would bounce you around. Frozen, that's not. I mean, Wraith Walk making you like frozen wouldn't be a bad idea. Although if you're too cold, you could take damage, and that may bounce you around. So I'll put it in here as like a maybe. So Lucent Agony and Umbral Agony, I think both of those, it would make my logic a little more complex. I'd have to look to see if you are in light currently. I would have to give you Umbral Agony. Let me do a quick test on myself. I'm going to let's keep going, right? Mana Burn, that is a possibility. Right, so Mana Burn. Overgrowth, I can't use that. Paralyze, obviously I can't use that. Recoil, no. Soul Rot, Stasis, Umbral Agony's a maybe. Weakness is maybe as well. Weighted, no, you would fall right through. Withered, ooh. That would be a really hefty price to pay. That would be too heavy a price. This is a buff, right? It's supposed to be pretty cool. Like, you know, you should want to use it. Hella fun in newbie towns. I'd always stole some myself when people get to help. I even loved how Enslaved Demon could break early. Then you had an angry demon rushing towards you in the middle of a dungeon or raid, right? Oh, wow. Good times. Good times. Alright, let's go into this spell. Let's find Wraith Walk. So in here, I would want to... I may actually want to put it in here, do like RMR references dot... Not RMR reference, it would be RM helper. And I would want to apply Umbral Agony. And I would want to put a time in. I would give it like 5 seconds. And the player would be player, right? Instead of 5 seconds, why don't I do... Yeah, no, you know what? I'll do 5. I'll do 5. What I also need to do, so I'm not continuously sending a packet each, like, millisecond, is I could say, if player dot watched attributes dot get int RMR references dot, whoop, that's not it. Debuff. Where is it? Umbral Agony. There it is. I'll get the Umbral Agony timer and I'll set it to 0. So if this is less than 5, I'll say less than 4. I'll say less than 4. So there's a little discrepancy. So I'll go like 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. So I'm sending just a quick refresh packet while it is running. Whoops. I don't have the spell on anymore. Hold on. Oh god, this cast time. I gotta get tier 3 armor when I do these tests. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. maybe like a weakened state where you take a bit more damage as a Wraith. I do have the weakness debuff as well. Maybe a thing that makes you weaker by ending the Wraith Walk, where you can take massive damage after you are out of the spell. Maybe. Alright, so I have Wraith Walk. I have Umbral Agony right now. So that means, there we go. Okay, so that's not bad. So, I need to... Game Mode 1, right? We'll do Game Mode 1, and I think I want to bump this up to that. Alright, so I pop on Wraith Walk. Game Mode 1, right? Okay. So, interesting enough, is it because I have a torch in my hand? Shit. Get this foul light out of my hand. Interesting. It's not counting. Here, we'll go down a little bit. So that wasn't considered. Okay, here we go. So yeah, because that was a floating mass, I guess it was considered light. So now I'm actually taking so the way this debuff works is if you are in darkness, it will start by taking your hunger down, and then when your hunger is gone, it will start taking your health. That's Umbral Agony. Lucent Agony is and that's when you are in a certain level of darkness. And then for Lucent Agony, it's if you are in a certain level of light. And funny enough, light level 13 is the happy medium to where it doesn't matter which of the debuffs you have, you will not be affected by anything. So let's see if this bounces me around. Oh, I shifted back to reality. I'm stuck. Hold on, let's cast this on myself again. Oh, this cast time. I can't wait to do some grilling. I got 10 minutes till I go and start my grilling escapades. Alright, Wraith Walk. Yeah, so it's actually not bad. It's not bad. I feel like the cost is a little too much. Having Umbral Agony be the thing. I think that is a little too much. Yeah, it's too much. Too much. So it's not gonna be Umbral Agony. I could give you Silence, and I think even Mana Burn would be too much. Maybe Silence and Frozen. What about those two? A combination of those two. You get super cold. And then you can't cast any other spells. Alright, so I will, I'll copy this. There we go. And really, all I have to do is just look for one, right? I look for Silence. Right, and I would apply Silence and Frozen. Right, so now, bam, silence and frozen. Here, let me eat. Game mode 2. Let's get an admin tool. I'll throw it down here, why not? Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Silence and frozen. See, because I'm admin mode, you have the default X-ray thing. If you're not in admin mode, you can't see shit. Hey, I got some elementals down there. Aw. Look at them. Seeing my babies. Oh, wait. I'm over here in admin mode. Hold on. Game mode 1. There we go. I want to see how bad Frozen is. It's dark. Whoop. Went right into that tree trunk. This is pretty cool. The two paths of father goes down either grilling or golfing. I like cooking in general. It's not even just grilling. I very much enjoy cooking. There we go. Grill the golf ball. How does one get on playtesting these spells and the mod and stuff? I want to walk through walls and troll my friends. Grill the golf ball. There are two ways to do it. Right now, I have this is the alpha, the remake. One way is to, sub with Twitch. Everyone gets access to that automatically as a thank you for it. The other way is just to be active in Discord. Each time, I go through, when I'm done with what I'm working on now, I'm going to probably look to see who's been active and bring in a couple more people and ask them if they want to playtest things. Right? Because the ultimate goal of this is I want people to play this and then give me feedback, right? Like, this spell's too expensive, or this spell, doesn't feel right, or I found this crash, or this arc light furnace didn't light when I tried to connect it, or it's that kind of stuff that I would rely on for feedback. Oh, this recipe I notice is not quite right, stuff like that. Or, hey Vice, you missed a recipe. That happens a lot. And the people who are supporters have, I'll look at their feedback, there's a whole channel. But anyone who's a supporter, I don't mind having those conversations with them, being like, all right, so you think X would be better for this? Let's talk about that. Why do you think it would be better? And I listen. I'm not gonna say I'm making putting everything in everyone says, because at the end of the day, there may be something in there that is a certain way because of a certain reason, but I don't know if Frozen and Silence. Is that a good combo, or should it just be one? What tier is this spell? This spell is tier 3. This is tier 3 Incantation. So is Gift of the Mage. Oh, I'm silenced. I can't cast any spells. There we go. I ended up using my Prime for something else this month. Gonna have to hit you up next month. Hey, that's, the fact that you even gave me one Prime sub, I am very appreciative of that. Oh shit, I just fell through the world. There we go. Still got Wraithwalk on. But yeah, things like this, summoning the mana crystals, I'm really filling out the Incantation Mage toolkit right now. Interesting. I think I did put something in here where if you... Oh, damn it. Yeah, you can't stand on top of these. That's right. Because if you stand on top of these, it hurts you, because this is magic fire. Ah, past Vice, you are one clever bastard sometimes. I don't know if frozen should be one of the effects. I feel like it's it lasts too long being frozen. You know, like silence wears off pretty fast, and when the debuff is gone, it's gone. But frozen's different. Like, you gotta naturally let your body temperature get back up. I don't think frozen's gonna be in there. You know what? For now, you'll just be silenced. That's all. It's a buff. You're just gonna have silence as you're going through walls. Right? So you're not, you know, throwing a fireball in the wall or whatever. Someone was running a 7 Days to Die server and joining required being a sub, but I'm already burnt out of 7 Days to Die. Actually, that's another thing too. When I have a decent, like more towards the final version of the alpha, I will be opening up a multiplayer server and having the, you know, the alpha on there, and then inviting the supporters to play on it and actually try to test. Although it's not going to be fun for me because I don't get to ever play the game. I'll be able to play for a little bit, and then once the feedback comes in, then I'm right back into here. Shouldn't Wraithwolf Buck wore off instantly after first stopping the actual phase through walls? Letting go of sprint? Not necessarily. Right? Like with that, it could just be an after effect of Wraith walking. So essentially, you can actually Wraith walk only once. Oh, you're talking about putting Wraith walk on and then being like, all right, I activated it, right? And then now that I'm done with it, I take it off and then the buff gets removed? It's gonna be an expensive spell. Let it last all 10 minutes. You could toggle it on and off, right? It's just, while you're Wraith walking, you are unable to cast spells. You gotta wait. There, now I can cast spells again. Transmutation! Nah, I won't. I'll silence you, but I don't wanna kill. It's a buff that I want people to use, you know. Good old transmutation. Oh yeah, you can move while casting it too. And oh, it's winter time, so I'm freezing to death. Game mode 2. There we go. All right, so I think Wraithwalk is pretty good. It's pretty good. In the description, I guess I gotta update it. Let's look at... Oh, what is it, Bingley? My cat is sitting on the stairs into the house. He's just looking at me. You'll have to wait a couple minutes, buddy. I'll be leaving soon. Don't you worry. I'll say unable to cast spells while active. There we go. Or instead of that, I'll just say applies silence while active. There we go. Perfect. Now you'll know what you're getting into. There. Alright, let's look at other work in progress spells. WIP. Let's see. Healing Surge, Sacrifice, Tide Runner, Whispering Void. What was the idea for Whispering Void again? Crap. Let me look at the chat, right? We talked about Whispering Void. Whispering Void. Damn it! Oh, we're talking about movement speed debuff while you're gaining mana. Here, let's pop on Whispering Void. Or let's get the... There we go, Whispering Void. So, while this buff is on, I want it to be a form of meditation. Every 5 seconds you gain, like, X mana. For the duration of the buff, right? But I also want to make it to where there's like a neg, because that right there, it would be like the best mage spell in the game. It still is going to be, even with a negative. Although I did put in this update, I don't think I talked about it, but let's see. So Rust Mages now have a 40% temporal stability loss, or less of 40% less than a regular mage. Basically, it makes it to where, like, meditation, it takes, instead of 5%, it only takes 3% per tick. So being a Rust Mage is actually, if you want to pursue magic for real, this alone is going to make you being a mage so much better. Especially when you get the mage armor that gives you more, like, your meditation tick itself increases. I think when you specialize in a spell school and you have, like, the tier 3 stuff on, you get 10 mana per tick of meditation. So that right there is pretty much a beast. The big movement speed debuff. I mean, I could make it to where, like, it puts Whispering Void gives you the mana regen, but it also puts fatigue on you. Because I think fatigue is... Well, I gotta think about this. Because I would be continuously, like, applying fatigue. See, there's a problem with this game. There's a problem, and it's the fact that the client and the server have some desynchronization issues. That's why, like, a lot of the stuff where I have, like, oh yeah, it's a certain cast time. Here, let me pull out another wand. Here we go. Let's get, yeah, this one. We'll pull out the Acacia wand so I can get Serenity. Right, so for Serenity... See, your concentration was broken. But it was there. So there's some desync issues. So you gotta, like, hold it a little longer for it to actually hit. I don't know. Let's just throw that out. So, like, I have to be clever with what I do. That's why it's like, well, why don't you just get rid of the debuff right away? Same reason why people will get a buff on themselves for 10 minutes, and they say it prematurely closes. It's because the client and the server can run at different ticks. And what you see for a visual debuff or buff, right? Like, the longer the time frame, the more of a discrepancy that timer could have. It could go before, you know, like, to where it's like, oh, I said I had 2 minutes left, and then it just disappeared. It's like, well, it's because your server was probably ticking more than your client, or vice versa, right? Or you could be like, it's been stuck on 0, and it just keeps saying 0. Yeah, because, you know, they're not in sync. You know, so I gotta be clever with how I apply things like the debuffs. Wraithwalk or Whispering Void is best? I'd say Whispering Void. Like, probably as a mage, like, Whispering Void's gonna be awesome. Like, meditation while walking and doing things. Not bad. not bad at all. Although maybe meditation. Really it's just gonna be mana regeneration per, like, a tick per 5 seconds or something like that. Holy crap, there are currently 235 whitelisted players for this VS Civ server. They applied and been accepted. I would love to see how many people could could play before the server starts rubber banding. I watch some people play, and it's like, you know, lightly modded, and they're trying to run, and it's like, I don't know how they can do it. I can't. I can barely watch people play like that, let alone play like that. What is this? The artifact core. That's right. So I'm gonna have to do something more with the artifact core. So the inert artifacts now. If you're not using them, you could throw them in here, and it will create the artifact core, which is going to be used for things. Right now, you could just put it in a foundry. It's considered higher tier, so like the store charge cost is 10. If you put it in your foundry, then it jumps up to 25 for max storage, you know, charge storage. But yeah, I need to incorporate it in tier 3, maybe tier 2 to tier 3 recipes. Supposedly they have worked with a setup of 160 players before. Worked is different than worked well. The server may have stayed running, but what was the quality of gameplay is what I would be interested in. I'd be very, very interested in that. Like a science experiment. Is your server crapping itself? But all right, everyone. We got some stuff here. I think I'm gonna lay stuff out here. So. Oh yeah, I need a way for you to get the fire elemental cubes, like all the elemental cubes. I'm not sure how you're gonna make those yet. I need a way for you to get the mana torch holders. There we go. I need a way for you to get these torch holders. I was thinking if you had like the brass torch holder, I could just make a recipe. Right, where here, let's get this out, right? But you could maybe throw this in, and it would turn it into, you know, like, you know, one of the other ones. But I don't like that way. I feel like that's just being lazy. But I'm not sure. Not sure. I still got to figure that out too. Most other things are in though. Let's see. So let me work on spells here. I need a way for you to get Moonstone and Bloodstone still, and then create that whatever those systems are going to be. 1 second. There we go. Let's look at the spells here. I wanna get stuff set up for the next stream. So Whispering Void's gonna be definitely top priority. Rune of Explosion would be next. Summoner's Soul would be next. Tide Runner's gonna be last. Sacrifice, I'll put it before Tide Runner. I know, Bingley. Don't scratch the door. Just wait. This cat. Healing Surge, I'm gonna put like last. I have no idea what that spell's going to do. No idea. I already have powerful heals, right? How many heals are too many heals? Instead of Healing Surge, maybe it could be like an AoE attack. Hey, there we go. It could be like a weaker AoE attack, but it could also like heal allies in the area too. Maybe like in that area of effect. It could be like a positional area of effect, right? Where I could maybe you know, hit it here, and you know, two of my buddies were all attacking this one thing, so it could damage that thing, and then like it could heal everyone else around it in that second as like a burst. Damn, that right there is magic. I'm gonna put that down. Healing Surge. Attacks enemies in area and heals allies in a burst. That's it. That's it right there. Nailed it. All right. So this is for me, right? Things to do next. All the spells are pretty much in though. I think after that, like, the spells are done, and then I just need to fine tune, right? I need people playtesting this, coming to me and being like, yeah, you know what? This spell, it takes too long to cast, or you should be able to move with this spell, you know, as you're casting it, or this spell's too powerful because you can move with it. You should have to stand still, you know, things like that. And then I can shotgun those changes in, and yeah, we get this working. All right. Let's see who is playing, because I want to start up my grill. Twitch. I know being me. See, my cat knows. Like, as soon as I get up, he is going to get a cat treat. Hey, Mischief of Mice is playing Grounded too. You know what? Normally I throw it to someone who's playing Vintage Story. I like Mischief of Mice, and I really wanted to look at Grounded too. The first Grounded was fun. I didn't get too far though, because I played by myself, and then I think I ended up coming back to this. I would love to play Grounded, like, with people. I think that would be awesome. And I wanted to see what Grounded 2 was about. I heard you could tame, like, spiders and ants and stuff as a pet. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Vexus, yeah, Vexus, I'm hopping off now. I'm gonna be firing up the grill. I'm gonna grill up some pork chops. Let's do /raid. You didn't miss too much. Well, you missed. I created the spell Wraithwalk. Edited the fly spell. Next, I'm gonna be. These are all the spells that I have to do still. Whispering Void is going to be the next one, and then we'll probably go into like Rune of Explosion and Rune of Explosion. Those two are gonna be pretty much the same spell. Rune of Explosion and Summoner Soul. Sacrifice. I'm still. You know, I need to work out what Sacrifice is going to be as well. I'm not sure. It's gotta be a good spell though. Like, it's gotta be good. Something, maybe Sacrifice is something where you get withered, but it has, you know, for like 30 seconds, but it's a heal on someone else for like a certain amount. And if you don't get hit, then you just get all your stuff back, right? All your health back. Save me some. You'll play Grounded 2 with me? Do you have it? You got it? Oh man, I gotta. Oof. Sacrifice a chicken, right? Oh, maybe that should be the spell. Maybe it would be like you sacrifice by taking half of like a tame chicken or something. Take half their health. Good afternoon, heroes. We know you're all waiting to hear from us. Unfortunately, all we can share at the moment is that we have heard and we have been heard and a ruling has not yet been made. We do not have a timeline on when that will be at the moment. Oh, Dur, I've bated breath, man. Oh, you'll have to show me when you come back. Here, you know what? I'll show you right now. Wraithwalk. I'll cast it. Why not? Ooh, what am I getting rid of, though? No, I want that. All right, Whispering Void. Taking Nom Nom to a new level. Yeah, I have a bourbon brown sugar dry rub coming in. I'm probably gonna use my black truffle and garlic seasoning on these pork chops. And I have mesquite pellets, so it's gonna have that that mesquite, smoky, you know, tinge to it. There we go. All right, so Wraith Walk, right? Boop. So Wraith Walk is pretty cool because when you hit shift, you go through solid objects. Now, let me show you in game mode 1. When you're admin, you could see through things. When you're not, you just kind of see this. And you could fly while you're doing this. Boop. So this is Wraith Walk. And then you could stop sprinting and you land back on the ground. You could sit and meditate. Do whatever. But yeah. This is why I put down a chest when I'm in creative. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to meditate right now. Let's do game mode 2. Whispering Void. That's what I want. How long does it last? 10 minutes. It lasts 10 minutes, and it's something toggleable, right? So, like, I have the buff on, but, you know, I don't have Wraith Walk active. But if I hold sprint, I can go through solid objects, right? Now, while I'm Wraith Walking, I'm silenced, so I can't get a spell and then, like, cast another spell while Wraith Walking. But I think that's fine, considering how I could just stop Wraith Walking and then bam, right? Silence is over, and I could start casting whatever spells I want. But yeah, just go through like a ghost. Ooh, oh, I'm frozen solid right now. It gets kind of weird with the camera when you're like kind of glitching through things, right? So like you want to be first person as you do this. But I think people will figure it out. It's the game, it's not me. All right, Mischief of Mice. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to do some grilling. I love my pellet grill too, because I got an app on my phone where I could just like, I'll go outside, plug it in and everything. I'll oil up the grate, and then I could just like set my temperature and timers and everything right from my phone. It's awesome. Although I need a new temperature probe. Mine's finally worn out after a couple years. Boop. There we go, everyone. A very productive day indeed. Here, let's get rid of Wraith Walk in this awesome thing where you can remove buffs. Man, that's good. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Lot of work. I'm gonna keep working on the spells off stream tonight. I'm going to fix all of the packets, and I have to the reason why I wanted to think about what these spells would do is because I can put in those attributes for the spell and then just do all the work once to get the packets up and running. And by packet I mean when you connect to a server, to have whatever people configure on the server be pushed down to your client. That's what I mean by packets. Right now they're all screwy because I pretty much gutted this mod to make Magic feel better. Progression's all different now. But yeah. On stream I'll do the fun sexy stuff of creating spells, but off stream it's just gonna be a lot of staring at the code and you know, typing things out. A lot of grunt work. But all right, everyone, thank you. Have a wonderful day. I'll poke at you later. Sounds good. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.